What's up, agents, and welcome back to another vendor reset video. It's the 26th of November 2024. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. We're starting off at the base of operations. There's nothing good here apart from this mechanical animal. If you want it, just change the swap speed to damage target out of cover. Everything else is garbage, so let's move on. Alright, the clan vendor's got a few things. It's got a light glue where you can just change this damage to target out of cover. We've got some Umbra Initiative knees, tip of the spear knees, and some negotiators masks. There is also a relic if you really want one with perfect determined, but regular determined is better. There's a thorn as well, which you can just swap out the magazine size for perfect brazen. There's some badge stuff knees if you go in kind of tanky with armor regen on. And there's also a Legatus holster with crit damage on. Quite easily could be crit chance, crit damage, or used for materials. Let's move on. Countdown vendor. We have got another mechanical animal where you can just change the swap speed. We've got some Eagle's Grasp gloves with damage to, with crit damage maxed out. So not a lot of work needed for these if you've not yet picked them up. There is a claws out, but unfortunately it's repair skills, which is a bit rubbish. But if you really need one, there's one here. So let's move on. Not much going on at the theatre. There is some Fox's Prayers with crit chance if you need to pick these up. There's some Overlord gloves, but not really best in slot. But I mean, they're okay. They could be crit chance, crit damage, maybe if you're a newer player. There's some Emperor's International knees, which have got status effects on. So if you want to go status effects, skill damage maybe, they could be okay. But we are pulling, so let's move on. Alright, so down at the castle, there is a cricket if you really want to use it. Just change the health damage to maybe crit chance or rate of fire. Could be pretty good. There is a black market RPK. Now, I wouldn't usually recommend a gun where you can't change the talent, but if you were using Sadist, and this obviously got crit chance on already, this actually could be pretty good. You could change the talent really to whatever you want and just keep crit chance if you didn't want to up the RPM on this thing, but yeah, pretty good shout out for a pretty good LMG, especially if you are a little bit newer. Everything else is garbage though, so let's move on. Alright, so at the campus there's a Night Watcher which seems to always be here, but it's got Hasbro on, so maybe good for a Hasbro build. I used to use this for a Hasbro build. If you need the pulse as well, maybe for raiding and things like that, might be worth picking up. There's a Big Show, but I mean the gun itself isn't great, but if you want it, there's one here. It's already got rate of fire on. You could just use this thing and just optimize it. It would be okay. There is an Alps holster with skill haste on, so this would be good if you're going to do a high-end healer build. 18% repair skills in this bad boy as well. And that's going to be it. Everything else is garbage, so let's move on. Alright, so at DZ West, we've got a Virginian. This is a great gun if you've got some credits. Perfect boomerang. Change the damage to armor to damage target out of cover. Got yourself a great piece. My sausage is here this week as well. You can keep flatline on it and maybe go damage to target out of cover. Would be a good pickup, but obviously it would be better if we could change the talent. There's an ACR SS. This thing is a beast right now, but this is not a good one. Don't worry, don't bother with it. We've got some hardwired gloves, hot shot knees, some terrible gloves there. There is some Wyvern knees here, but again, they're terrible. They're not what I thought they were. And that's it, so let's move on. Alright, so DZ East has got a good time. It's just what I like to have all the time. It needs a little bit of work because the damage to target out of cover is pretty low, but it's got crit chance on. Perfect fast hands. I would perhaps consider going RPM on this instead of crit chance, but good nonetheless. There is also a Foundry mask. We've got a hardwired holster, which is great. You can just change this to skill damage, and yeah, it would be awesome. There is a healer guard holster with Hasbro on if you need it. Everything else is trash, so let's move on. DZ South is telling me they've got the best stuff in the city. Let's find out. There's a Mozambique. Just change the damage to armor to damage target or cover, and that's actually pretty good, although breadbasket leaves something to be desired. These are trash, but if you need this precision strike for your library because it's still pretty new, you could pick that up. There is an M1911 with damage to target out of cover, meaning you can put the talent to whatever you want if you really want to use this as your offhand. We've got a backpack for strikers, which is okay. We've got a rigger chest piece. We've got a really good Wyvern backpack with skill damage and skill haste on, meaning you can put the talent to whatever you want. Everything else is kind of garbage, so let's move on. Checking out our good friends at Shaven Haven this week. He's got a lot of rubbish as always. I don't know what is wrong with this vendor. It's really, really weird. It never has anything good. There is some D&H knees. If you're going to go pistol build and you're not going to use the named mask for some reason, which would be weird, this has got headshots and weapon handling. But if you really want it, everything else, that's a stretch. So let's just move on. We're looking for Roy to save us. I mean, he's not going to. It's all pretty terrible this week. We can't even really stretch. It's just terrible. If you really want to use an Araldi holster with maybe quick chance headshot damage, it's not good. It's not nice. No good mods. That's going to be it. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And yeah, follow me on Twitch and all that other good things. I've been doing giveaways and things like that for the division. So we might have some more of them coming up. And that's going to be it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.